This is YouTube, right? We're gonna get flagged like crazy. JT,
This is the kind of perverse mind that we hang out with.
I'm ready to order.
Oh, you ready to order, mate? I recommend the bloomin' onion.
And when he said that, I was like, oh, this dude has a gun. This dude has a gun.
JT, what is with you two and immediately going to like these people have guns?
So, you know, this is America.
Welcome back to the Picky Boys podcast.
Ooh, welcome.
We out here. I can't hear.
Can't hear.
Can we just restart it?
Well, I
Can we
can't
just
hear.
Restart it.
I've got a blockage in my ear, so luckily it's on my left side.
I don't want to come this hot out the gate. Yeah, please turn to me.
Okay.
If I had this blockage in my ear, I'm just saying.
Can I guess?
Go.
Danny would say you have cum in your ears.
Thank you.
Say it.
I don't want to say it.
That probably wouldn't cause a blockage unless it like had solidified.
Ooh, it would definitely block.
I mean, would it block more than the water? I don't know.
Way more.
Absolutely.
I feel like
Would it block more than would water block more or less than honey?
Yeah, but even honey, I feel like you just turn your head to the side and eventually it's coming out.
Wait, what?
It's viscous.
Wait, no, yeah, that's not. We didn't say it wouldn't come out.
But
Who said it wouldn't
that's
come
what
out?
a blockage is. It's not coming out. That's the point.
Okay, you're onto something there a little. I get you.
But I got a kit on Amazon.
So what
you
is
bought
it?
a kid on Amazon?
Yeah, this happened to me like 5 or 6 years ago. You might
He really can't hear me.
Honestly, you might be able to find you might be able to find the podcast where it happened.
I said you bought a kid.
Oh, kit.
No, I know you. He actually
can't hear. He's not
hear
faking it, guys.
He actually
He's
can't
not.
hear me.
No,
Wait, how did it happen?
I woke up this morning and I guess there's just a little earwax situation.
So what do you?
I have one of those TikTok cameras, but they're very dangerous. I do not advise you buy one of those. You're only supposed to go like just at the front. You're not supposed to stick you're not supposed to stick anything.
And you
too
were
far
sticking
down
it
your
in.
ear.
Just the tip.
No. I mean, I just saw that it was too far away, so I let it be because you can really damage your eardrum with those.
And
don't buy those.
Well, 'cause I use Qtips. Everyone knows, and I know you're not supposed to use them. I have wet ears everywhere. We've gone through this, and it soaks up the wet. But either way, I know those push it in.
Yeah.
But the one you bought, is it a scrapey thing?
Yeah, but again, it's too far. You're not supposed to go that. This is.
It's like a little spoon.
I bought it purely for like the part of your ear where you can't see, just like the outer edge.
I've never cleaned that part of my ear. I'll be honest.
There's wax there.
There's wax up here? No way.
Yeah.
I can feel it.
It's like a white. It's like a different kind of wax. It's like a white, like flaky wax.
You bought it for not inside the ear?
No, I mean just like a little bit inside. Not.
He's cleaning the lobes.
You don't want to go. You don't want to go too in. You don't want to go too far in.
You don't got to clean your lobes.
I absolutely clean my lobes.
Jason says you have to.
Yeah,
I think you get that in the shower.
I'm looking at your ears now. You got pretty ears, but they're very cavernous.
Yes, he's got deep ears. Concave, some would say.
I was just gonna say big ears.
No,
it's not the size.
It's not the size.
Curvature.
I just clean them in
the
the shower, though.
craterness,
I don't use like a camera or anything. That's a little bit
Oh,
much.
Yeah, they use a
call it
camera.
Bougie. This guy's got a bougie camera.
No, I've seen that product. People love that product, actually.
So
It's very bad for you, supposedly.
What does it sound like to you? Like, hold your other ear.
It just sounds like put your hand over your ear.
I can't.
Oh well,
Okay, but
that's what it sounds like.
people say that like the Qtips is bad for you, that thing's bad for you. But what else are you supposed to do? Just have a bunch of earwax in there and do nothing about it?
I saw someone shove a
Yeah,
candle
that's
in there or something.
No, those are fake.
Oh,
Dude, those look so cool, and I want to try it, but apparently fake.
dude, I'm not trying to drip candle wax over the side of my face.
I don't know what you're supposed to do. I mean, the kit I bought, it has like earwax, like loosener serum, and then you put that in, and you wait 30 seconds. It's kind of like pop rocks for your ears. Sorry if this is unappealing to listen to.
No, I think people actually weirdly enjoy this.
Yeah,
this kind of.
I mean, you're having a problem, and we're trying to fix
No, but
it.
it just sounds like put your hand like loosely over your ear, not entirely, but just loosely. That's what it sounds like. But it is throwing off my entire. I couldn't do a balance beam to save my life right now.
I can't. You guys
Say it.
Have you fallen at all today? Yesterday?
No, I have not. Are you gonna say I couldn't do a balance beam in regular life?
didn't say that.
I think that's what you were implying.
Didn't say
and
that.
I can do a balance beam, buddy.
Oh my gosh!
I can do a balance beam, buddy.
I thought we were gonna be reasonable.
With two fully functional ears, I could do a balance beam.
You could have 3 fully functional ears.
That would throw it off.
How wide's the balance beam? Jason, can we look at the average width of a balance beam, please, while you're over there? No, way smaller than that.
Oh,
They are-
no.
they are-
Okay, well then no.
No, I'm saying I'm just talking about the
Like,
average.
I can't do a
balance
slack line. There's too much movement.
Okay,
That's insane.
That's fine. I don't expect you to even pronounced slack line.
And it's not for a slack of trying either.
It's 4 inches. That's huge.
Yeah,
That's
just
huge.
like a
4
wing.
inches is huge.
There you go. 4 inches.
I feel like, okay, so by doing a balance beam, you just mean walking.
I just mean walking across it.
across.
By
Right,
the
yeah,
way,
no, he's not doing flips. No,
I feel like
no.
you have to do a cartwheel for it to count.
You have to be able to do a cartwheel on the flat surface first.
Bro,
I cannot do a cartwheel.
I did not expect him to need to do a cartwheel on that thing.
All right, then I actually think he could do this.
What if you double the length?
I'm not gonna lie, when he said balance beam, for some reason, tightrope came to my mind, and that's what I was talking
Oh,
about.
no. No one expects him
And
to do
also,
that.
any again, like slackline can't do that because there's too much movement. You really have to know your body.
Then he could walk across this for sure.
What about this, JT?
Maybe even right now.
JT, what about this? No,
What's
he
up?
can't. If we put 2 together, so it's double the length, same width, do you think he could do it? We could do this.
Do you think he just said I could do the one?
Right, but there's something about,
So why
like,
would doubling it?
No, I think you're making it easier.
Of course you're making it. Wait, what?
double the length.
Oh,
Double the length, boys.
Oh,
the
put
length,
I thought you meant
boys.
the width.
lengthwise. I thought.
Why would I
I thought
do
he was
that?
doing 1 foot
you
on
said
each.
put them next to each other. I don't know.
Like, yeah, but this way, guys, come on. Help.
No, that's a lot. That's a lot.
what I'm-
It's just double the distance.
I mean, 16 feet is a lot to walk on a balance beam in the first place.
I think he could do it.
I'll tell you this much.
Not right
I don't think he could do it.
I was always the kid that would walk on the sidewalk ledge, when like a tree's on the sidewalk, you walk on the edge.
You're a risk taker, huh?
I was always that kid.
That's great.
This is
don't know how that-
this is adding to my balance resume.
Okay, gotcha. What else? What else can you add to your balance
I was
resume?
balancing on a short wooden beam when I did the Survivor challenges a few weeks ago.
Thought that was going somewhere else.
Did that pretty well.
Important question. Going
Yes.
back to your childhood, did you ever have a Wii Fit?
I did.
How'd you score on those balance games?
On the balance games, I'm not exactly sure. I forget, but I
That
do
means
remember.
not very good.
I do remember that it called me a bunch of names. I remember that. It called me a bunch of names. I was a child.
It did call a lot of 10-year-olds fat fucks.
Yeah,
It
basically.
was a little rude to some people for sure.
Yeah,
That's a little wider than a 4-inch balance beam.
that's true. That's true.
I have some counter arguments.
I mean, yeah. Okay, go.
The unicycle. I'm gonna go there first.
Yes, that's. I mean, just a totally different type of balancing. That's forward and back balancing.
Oh, this is gonna require it all.
Not really. This doesn't require forward and back balancing. I'm not afraid that I'm gonna fall forward on this. I'm afraid I'm gonna fall off the sides.
See, because now I want to do this for a Patreon video, just for them. Patreon.com/PicketBoys. By the way, we're past 1,200 patrons. You're getting 4 new Patreon Gold videos because of the subathon.
I mean, I think if we did a Patreon video, we'd have to do a whole like a parkour / gymnastic video.
You keep extending it so much. Like we used to, like when you kicked a hole in the wall, we made a makeshift wall and you kicked it. Like we're just doing something here. We don't have to go. We don't have to enter the Olympics.
I thought you meant a goal video. Sorry.
No.
sorry.
We don't have to enter
Oh,
the
a Patreon
Olympics.
video? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Get me on a balance beam.
I'm saying,
Sure.
but what are the stakes? I think there should be some stakes.
Make it a steak. I'll buy you
All
a
right,
steak
here-
if I fall
here-
off.
here-
You buy me a
I
steak.
like
if I
that.
fall off.
All right, but here's what you have
The
to
steaks
do.
are steaks.
You have to walk one end to the other, turn around.
Oh, see, that's I didn't say I could do that. I didn't say I could do
Turn
that. I
around
didn't say I could do
and
that.
walk back. No, he
I-
can walk one end to
I'll
the.
tell you this much: I'd rather do 2 than do 1 and turn around.
Oh, this is what.
for sure.
Oh, it was never going to be 1. It's still the double length thing. It's the double length.
I'm way less confident about that. By the way,
Well, that's not fun if he's less confident about it. I need him to be confident about it. To be
I
able
can
to do it.
confidently do 1.
I believe in you. I think you can do the spin, the little 180.
Okay, how about this?
180 is a tough.
How about
That's
this?
really tough.
We do this video. It's 1 beam.
It's the size of a credit card I just saw.
What is?
Sideways. It's like 3 inches, really.
We do 1 beam, but I'm allowed to get 1 fan.
Oh no.
Come on, you gotta walk 6. It's a fan.
Honestly, you're not even allowed to be in the room.
Why can't I be in the room?
Because that's just like a negative aura that's gonna tilt me off my axis.
Oh God, I hated all that.
Hmm.
I think it's fair.
I think
it's 1 balance beam, and I get to place 1 fan somewhere.
What level fan are we talking?
That's what I get to get and decide.
And what setting is going to be on?
What does that mean? Oh, the setting, literal
so
setting.
you could set on
No,
high. Now, what I would say is you set it on the wave motion.
Oh.
That's going to throw them off.
Oh.
I'll worry about the fan.
Okay.
You'll know what fan it is upon arrival, and you only have to walk 1 balance beam.
It's going to get a fancy
For a
Dyson one.
steak dinner. We go out for a steak dinner.
Sure. I mean, do you think you're good at balancing?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
Okay.
We could compete if you want.
No, I mean that's I'll walk one balance beam and then I'll get a steak dinner, easy peasy.
Right.
Okay.
But I get one fan.
Why is I don't get, but you can't be in the room.
But why can't I be in the room?
Because again, you're gonna throw me off my axis.
I gotta be able to be in the room.
You have to place the fan before he enters the room,
I
and then you have to
can't-
leave.
Yes.
I can't.
Yes. And we'll videotape it for proof, obviously.
This is no. I'm gonna be in the room. I at least get to watch from a distance through a screen of some sort. I can't not watch.
We'll put you on FaceTime.
This is bananas.
This is a fair compromise.
How is this a fair
You
compromise?
can put one fan, but you can't be in the room.
I think you could still bring a lot of negative aura energies through FaceTime.
I don't need negative. I'm not gonna scream at him.
Well, you
while
want a
he's doing
steak,
it.
don't you?
I do want a steak dinner, by the way.
You want a steak dinner, so obviously you're gonna bring negative aura energies.
Deal?
Sure.
Deal.
So wait, is it now we have to find a place with 2 balance beams?
No,
you
just
don't-
one. It's just one.
It's just one now.
So you're doing the 180.
No, it's just one.
You just have to walk from
It's
one
just
end to
one.
another.
I
Oh
have to
my!
walk 16 feet.
Yeah, but I'm allowed to get
Who?
one fan. I'm allowed a fan.
It's gonna be easy. It's gonna be actually easy. Do I only one try though, right?
Only one.
I got to
try.
warm up though, right?
No.
If you got 3 tries,
No
that would be
no warm up.
I mean, I gotta get on the beam first.
I mean, yes.
That's gonna be the hardest part. These are
that
high
is
off the
harder
ground.
than walking. So yeah.
It'll be like there'll be 3 steps, right? It'll be like a step stool, and then the beam. As soon as you step on that beam, you go like, all right, I'm going, and you got one go. You can't have multiple. JT, help me. You can't have multiple tries.
I did think I was gonna have some time with the beam
you
beforehand.
can't. This is ridiculous.
I mean, that's
if you
fair,
get on the
that's fair.
beam and fail the getting up part, you definitely lose.
Well,
that's for sure.
Well, getting up on we weren't clear on how we get on the beam.
It'll be like steps, like literal steps, and then the beam.
You don't have to do parkour to get on it.
Yeah. How else would you have gotten on this beam?
I don't know.
What's easier to do than just steps?
I will say when we shook, there's no mention that I couldn't have some time with the beam beforehand.
Yeah, but he shook. He shook.
He wants alone
shook.
time with the beam,
You
bro.
weren't getting alone time with the beam, obviously.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Well, we didn't shake. I think I can get a long time with the beam. We didn't shake on that.
What you do on your own
We
time,
didn't shake on that.
you can't. You know, we got one try at this beam.
Now, are you worried about the dangers of this at all?
No, it's like
What's dangerous about it?
5 feet up the ground.
Guys, I mean, come on. He falls right down the middle. Boom.
Oh.
You're doing a split on that thing.
Oh no, I mean if I'm falling one side or the other.
Well, I'm just saying you have to think about the worst case scenario here, the
Do you think I
consequences.
should run?
Yes.
Yes.
yes. Yes. I think
Actually,
you
don't
should.
ask again. Don't
Yes,
question.
yeah,
Just
yeah,
run.
yeah. I think you should run.
No, I mean I don't think you should run, but you should definitely do a brisk walk.
Go too slow, and you're gonna you're gonna overthink it.
Momentum helps balance for some reason.
So, like-
you know how hard it is to stay still on a bike?
do I put
And
the,
once you start riding, it's easy.
do I put the fan getting the middle or the end? Definitely the middle, right?
I think late middle.
Late. No, I think early middle.
What do you think this fan is gonna do?
Well, I apparently had to make a bunch of stipulations to agree to it, so obviously you
Well,
think it's gonna.
again the fan. I didn't care about the fan. I cared about him.
He doesn't care about the fan, and I'm not going to be in the room. All right.
He doesn't care about the fans, guys.
He doesn't care about the fans. Hear that?
Okay, listen.
All right, Jason. We could go. We're,
We
we're
got a balance
Wait,
beam.
did I tell you guys about the
never mind.
fight I saw? There's a fight right outside our house.
Oh no, I didn't hear about that.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. It was like a street beefs fight almost. But basically, when I was coming home from the gym, this is literally 2 days ago. I guess there's a stop sign there, and there's a guy walking the street with a dog. And the guy walking the street with the dog, the guy pulls up in the stop sign and doesn't stop and almost hits him. And then they start yelling at each other, and I'm just kind of just eavesdropping, peering over, about to walk into the house, making sure I have an escape route. And they're really yelling at each other. And dude, the guy with the dog just does this while they're like arguing. He just goes like that, and just swings at the
At
guy.
him?
Misses,
Oh, he
but
missed.
swings at the guy. And the dog's like, dude, what the fuck? Am I ready to go right now?
Oh no.
Yeah, and then here's where it got really serious, because then the guy with the guy in the car just went, "Did you just swing at me? Did you just try that again? Do that one more time." And when he said that, I was like, "Oh, this dude has a gun. This dude has a gun."
JT, what is with you two and immediately going to like these people have guns?
So you know, this is America. People have guns, and if someone's like wants you to swing at them, I feel like that means he might be packing.
I'd be more worried about a knife, but I agree. I
could
would
be a
definitely
knife.
think he would have a weapon on him. Again, like JT said, it's kind of a leading question.
Yeah.
Like, do it again.
It's definitely a leading question. Was the dog a dog that can help in a dog fight, or was it, not that?
It wasn't helping, but it definitely looked big enough. Too.
That's what I'm saying. It was big.
But it wasn't working.
You did a very unathletic.
Extraordinarily
downward
unathletic.
punch. Why do people think that you could downward punch somebody?
It was the
Well, he's in the car. I'm confused.
No. They're outside the car. Parked car, middle of the street. They're arguing right next to it. And this guy, I mean, I'll give him a little bit of grace. He's holding a dog leash in one hand, so it makes it a little harder to punch. But man, it was the most unathletic punch I've ever seen.
It's like a claw more.
Yeah, it was a claw, a little bit of a claw. It was more of a club,
Oh, okay.
like a like a pound trying to hit someone with this part.
Like that.
Yeah, and then but then so he goes, "I dare you, swing at me again. I fucking dare you."
What are you doing at this point? Are you behind a tree because you think
I was
he's
getting ready to
pull out a
call
gun?
police or ambulance. If this guy pulled out a gun, shot him, and drove away.
Wow.
What
By the way,
time
the guy-
of day is this?
The guy in the car is in the wrong here, by the way.
Yeah, definitely stop at the stop sign. This is like
That doesn't matter.
3:00.
PM?
Yeah.
No one's pulling out a gun at 3 p.m. around.
Yeah.
You're too confident, man. This could get you killed. But
Well,
anyway,
no, I'm not going to be in this situation, but I'm not going to be worried about it. Oh, first of all, I would have already went home.
well, regardless, he's saying, I dare you," and then he does this. And then I went, "Oh, he doesn't have a gun at all."
Right.
He was like, "I dare you, swing at me one more
So
time."
they're both like this, like perched
So,
up.
he's out of the car now.
He's been on the car
Yeah,
the whole
he's been on
time.
the car.
Oh.
But this is him winding up the punch.
Oh, wow.
He was like this, "Swing at me one more time, I dare you," and that thing's fully cocked.
And is the other guy like this as well with a leash? So they're both just staring at
Pretty
each
much. He was kind of giving one of these.
other? Oh, like a kangaroo.
Yeah, but like a little bouncing, little footwork, bouncing back and forth. And from there, it just kind of fizzled out.
That's
and
fair.
the guy got in his car, the guy got his dog, separate ways, and I went, tragedy avoided. But that was a little, yeah.
I don't think anybody really wants to get hit. Like, is it worth it? Is it worth me getting punched in front of my dog? You know?
No, honestly, because of the gun factor, you should try your hardest to avoid physical altercations at all.
I agree.
You should try to do that either way.
Now, if you
Well,
can,
I'm saying because of the gun factor.
I'm saying either way.
If you're confident there's no guns, then maybe you tussle, I guess. If you want to,
This is
if
just-
you
this
want
is a
to,
bad-
If you
it
want
went
to.
from decent advice to worse advice so
if-
fast.
like,
if
want
you
to.
gave, if for some reason you're in a situation where you had given them a pat down already,
Yes.
I say go nuts.
Yeah, or it's like you just walk through the airport.
I mean, exactly. I still wouldn't advise this, but
Yeah, airport.
TSA.
because
I know,
you've
but-
already been checked for guns.
Yeah.
I feel like and just get banned from flying.
I don't
Just
know
talk
if
about
it's
the
that. There's probably
safeties
a
issue.
warning system.
Yeah, I don't think you just get
You're just
banned
gonna
off a
be
flight.
banned from flying for one flight. You will
me
get
and
put
Jason
on
fist
the
fight.
flight?
What?
No,
not on the
flight.
plane.
Oh,
Not on
in
the plane.
In the terminal.
Bro, as soon as you get
might
through
still
security.
get banned.
I heard they're very loose with the no-fly list. I don't know.
Danny's on it.
Okay. All right.
You on it?
I'm not on it.
You ever been on it?
I was. They did stop me last time I tried to fly, and then they just went, "Oh, you're good," but they stopped me for like 5 minutes.
What were they doing?
They scanned my ID, and then they were just looking at something. They were going, and they called the supervisor over, and then they were looking at it, and they went, "Oh, okay, you're good."
I got stopped. I got taken to the room.
The whole room? You got? Did you get?
No. Anal cavity?
No, I didn't get that. They saw powder on my speaker, and I guess they thought it was, some of that.
Right.
What was it?
It was like dust. I think I told you this. And then the guy was like, you should really wipe the dust off this before you fly. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. Like, obviously it's not Coke.
Why do
Coca-Cola.
why do the whole nose thing just to
They
say it
can't see
anyway?
that. They can't see
You,
that.
you just said it anyway. Never mind.
Coca-Cola.
That seemed,
Right.
honestly, that guy's advice seems pretty sound. You should
Also,
wipe the
why do you have a-
You should wipe the white powder off of your objects before you go through security.
Why do you have a dusty ass speaker?
That's good.
I don't get in the
were you
crevices of
baking?
the speaker. I'm sure there's dust in your speaker.
Were you baking?
I'm on Jason's side
Well, I'm
here.
assuming it's like not dust. It's obviously a white powder.
No, he's saying it was dust.
No, it was dust.
it was just dust.
Yeah. But what else? Would
Literally in the
You
story.
said powder at the
in
beginning.
the story, the guy said it was dust.
At the beginning, you said powder.
He said he thought it was powder.
He
Then he
thought it was
explained
powder.
and we went through the whole
so
story.
it's dust-looking powder. I've never seen powder. I've never seen dust look
This
like
is
powder.
where I'm a little confused on his story. Well, are you sure it was dust?
Are you sure it wasn't just the mountain of cocaine?
I am of Coca-Cola. No,
No, that was in his ass.
Right. Good thing they didn't check there.
Sounds like
TSA
baking soda.
I'm on Jason's side. I'm cautious though because I don't trust his story here. But I'm on Jason's side because I brought creatine on a plane.
Yes.
And this is I was going away for 5 days, whatever. I didn't want to bring the whole jar, so I just put a few scoops of creatine into a little Ziploc baggie.
Right. JT.
And I got there just fine. No one stopped me.
No, that makes sense. There is never.
This is guy I was on your side, by the way. He can't hear.
There has never been.
Why did that make sense?
There has never been dust that people are like, oh, that's definitely a powder. That doesn't exist.
Well, it happened to me.
That doesn't exist.
The speaker does not. I don't take it everywhere. The speaker literally stayed in my bathroom. It's my bathroom speaker, and then I brought it on the plane.
You got a
What
dusty
about
bathroom?
baby powder?
Nobody in my house uses baby powder, to my knowledge. I don't know. I don't.
Have you ever seen dust that looks like cocaine?
Coca-Cola.
It didn't look exactly like that.
It looks sort of like
It looked enough to trigger a TSH.
JT brought literal.
Creatine.
Literal creatine.
There might be some other factors in play. I don't really know. I don't know.
I think there's some other factors, of course.
I don't know. I also feel like no one bringing drugs across is just gonna bring a bag of drugs and put it in their bag. Like if they were going to, they would be more sneaky.
You know what? I agree. Why don't you try again?
I bet I could get
Honestly,
it through.
I've heard an abundance of stories of people who have willingly and unwillingly
Accidentally
bought drugs through TSA in their check-in bag.
Yeah.
They're looking for weapons. They're really not looking for the drugs.
What you're saying is
I don't. Dude,
I'm just saying,
You know what they're
bringing drugs
You know
on a
what?
plane.
Honestly, they're looking for water bottles way more severely than they're looking for cocaine. I had a
right.
I had a water bottle in my carry-on by accident just from last trip or like when I got home from the airport and I just brought it along, and they flew open my bag like I was gonna. The whole airport was going down, and it was a Poland Spring water bottle. I'm like, did we really? Like, why? And this guy gets through with a baggie of
white powder.
Of white powder.
I got some qualms with that too because why does deodorant count as a liquid?
That's true.
Like the stick deodorant, you can't bring that.
I think it's the chemical compound of the deodorant, probably.
I think it's
You
just
tell me
that.
I can make an Axe body spray bomb.
Oh, see, now it's Axe body spray. That's like there's liquid.
well,
there's
that's like
liquid.
aerosol.
That's
All right,
actually
well,
liquid.
the fucking
the stick
like
they'll
the
let
stick
you
one.
slide sometimes.
That's totally solid.
They'll let you slide sometimes.
You tell me that's liquid?
No, I'm not saying that's liquid.
That's solid.
I'm just saying, I don't know. Maybe you could grind it up and throw it over a speaker.
To me, I know the TSA hasn't like statistically prevented any terrorist attack, but it makes sense. All of this stuff makes sense. Like if you put yourself in the mind of a wrist, you'd put a bomb in a liquid thing or a laptop thing or your shoe.
Right.
So I think they're using pretty sound logic. Go TSA.
Yeah. I don't think a single person here was against that.
You seem to be against it. Why are they bringing out my Poland Spring water bottle?
I am against it.
Who knows if there's a different liquid, a toxic chemical in that water bottle?
They can't tell if it's a water or a, what are we talking about?
Well, I mean, what kind of? This isn't like how are they gonna tell?
All right, but then here's my question. I can bring 3 ounces, right?
Yeah.
So I get me and 4 friends, and now I've brought 15 ounces of bomb material anyway.
Listen, I mean, I wouldn't be saying that on the public airwaves.
Well, I'm saying it.
You know what? Actually, yeah, we're gonna flagged up. This is YouTube, right? We're gonna get flagged like crazy. JT,
this is the kind of perverse mind that we hang out with.
I know.
Yeah, well,
we have nothing to do with
to
it.
catch a terrorist. Sometimes you have to think like a terrorist.
He's right.
I mean, yeah.
He's
Hey,
right.
it's better than you. You wanted to fuck them.
I was.
You wanted to fuck a terrorist. Roll the clips.
This is slander. This is slander.
That was to get rid of a terrorist.
This
Roll the
is
clip.
slander. JT and the rest of the world uses the one time, out of context, that I said that I would do a patriotic duty, frankly.
What did you say? Say it again.
I mean, I'm not
Say
going
it
to
again.
continue to do this. But
Jack, get ready to clip this chat.
No.
You already said it.
I said that I would kill a terrorist. That's what I said.
No.
That's what I said.
By what means?
That doesn't matter. Why does that matter?
This goddamn
I will
American
kill
hero.
the terrorist scum.
just
That doesn't matter. This can't keep being held against me because, again, regardless of how ludicrous the unfortunate state. Listen, I'm not known as a wordsmith. You know, sometimes I say things wrong, but the intention behind that statement is a good one, a patriotic one, a frankly heroic one.
I mean, all right, you had
It
in the
really
first,
is.
I love the fact that was JT's Hail Mary to get out of that.
I had to get out of there. I was getting back in the corner,
and
bro.
It absolutely worked. It absolutely
I was
worked.
getting back into a corner.
Oh my god, you made me fog up my life.
Listen, you better watch it because if you keep thinking like a terrorist, I might fuck you.
Oh god! All right, Jack, clip that one. Someone clip that one.
To kill you. That's what the context. Do not clip this without the context. Okay? Okay? That's it is. This is a legally binding. You cannot clip this without the context.
Oh
This
man.
is getting flagged for sure.
Oh yeah. This ain't getting monetized.
We need to talk about something that I can put in the thumbnail. I can't put any of this.
I had
stuff
some good ideas
You're
for you.
Okay, let's get
All right,
started.
go.
You're gonna be on a balance beam in the thumbnail.
All right, go.
All right, I got a question.
Thanks,
Okay.
Jason. Oh my god. Hold on, wait.
Just
Let me.
save us from the. Get us out of this trench.
I already know what JT's answer is going to be, but
Good.
Dog.
All right, so here's the question. You can eat for free for the rest of your life, but the only food you can have is previously eaten food, and it will look exactly the same as you had it the first time. You cannot eat anything else that you never had.
But I'm sorry. Can you repeat that
I have
first
to pick
part?
one thing. Wait, say it again.
You
Sorry.
said it'll look exactly the same.
No, I think he's just saying.
I'll repeat it. I'll repeat it.
You can only have things that you've had before.
Yeah. So you can eat for free for the rest of your life, but the only food you can have is previously eaten, and it will look exactly the same as you had it for the first time. You cannot eat anything you have never tried before.
Okay, that's actually an interesting question. So, if you you could eat for free forever, but if you go to Japan and try their cuisine, you've never eaten it, you can't have it.
Yeah.
Or like if you went and had their sushi, well, your first time trying sushi was like 7-Eleven, so you can only have
7-Eleven.
7-Eleven sushi.
Oh,
Yep.
I thought you were picking one thing.
No,
You said
no.
your first, whatever you've eaten the first time, right?
essentially, think about it as time except food. You
Yes.
can only have back,
Yes.
or you can eat normally.
So it's like
Oh.
a catalog of every meal you've ever eaten and the first time you've had it. So if you
Okay.
like pizza, maybe the first time you had pizza it wasn't great.
Do you even know
Gotcha.
what your first
wow,
pizza was?
okay, that's a little more.
I'm assuming I was probably a child.
So maybe it was cut up and diced and no cheese on
Might
it.
have been Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh.
And what do I get? I could just eat for free though.
Yeah, you eat for free for the rest of your life.
I mean, probably still worth it.
I don't know, but
There are some. I'm telling you right now, there are some meals. You ever have a meal recently that like, I've never had this, and then I had it and it was really good. You got that. Those are your all stars because that's the first time you've had that meal.
I'm not taking this.
Wow.
I see what you're saying.
I'm not taking this because you're so limited. Like, the first pizza I had was probably like, dude, it was probably frozen pizza. The first burrito bowl I had was Chipotle. Now I'm stuck having Chipotle all the time.
That doesn't sound so bad.
I don't like Chipotle.
For free though, for free.
Free Chipotle. I mean,
Free is nice.
So you're saying if the first egg I ever had was scrambled, I can't have an omelet, even though it's eggs.
Ooh.
oh,
That's
I think you can have eggs different ways, but the first time you had them scrambled, that's what you're stuck with.
Yeah, I agree with
That
that.
quality eggs, that quality cooked.
Dish.
So
It's a
even
dish,
so
not
even
ingredient.
so even different cut steaks, and I could find one I had good the first time. I might take this.
Yeah, I was thinking it would all the steak would be the same, but that doesn't make any sense because there's different cuts, different kind. Like,
also, is this like is it a magical ordering tablet, or how does this work? Like, I don't have to go back to the place where I had my first
no,
thing, right?
It's like a magical catalog.
Oh man, if I had a magical
see the
catalog of
image.
food,
Little
that,
magical silver platter. Bam.
and you can see the image.
that sounds great.
It sounds really great. I mean, obviously, there is going to be something that you love that's going to be not good. Like, a hamburger might be one of them. There's no way when I was a kid I had, like, a good hamburger. It was definitely a shit hamburger.
Right, but now you're arguably a superhero.
I mean,
You're going to solve
the
world
jump
hunger?
there.
No, I'm not going to solve world hunger. No, obviously not.
Why would he?
He actually made a great point. Now, wait, how are you a super?
I meant
superhero?
like, you can how much food can I produce from my tray? Like maybe, yeah. I was picturing like there's some kind of cooler or something. I just meant if I'm on a desert island, I could just make food. You know what I mean? It's like I have this magical food pocket that I could just give to people. If I could make a lot, yeah, sure, I can end world hunger.
Is there any food that you have never tried that you want to try, and now that's excluded?
See, that's a big that would be a problem for me. But I think it's still too good of a deal not to take.
It's a magical. You literally have a superpower.
And I've had so much good food before that it's okay.
But you need the first one.
The first one is the toughie.
I'll tell you what. First time I went to Mr. Taco.
True.
That was the first time I had ramen. God, I will punch a kitten for that again.
Nah, it's gonna be like top ramen.
Yeah, you never had top ramen before? That's what you're stuck with.
Unclear. I might have.
I'm definitely on top ramen first.
I might have just when we were desperate in JT's frat, and I just crunched on that raw ramen.
Raw ramen, baby.
I think I'm taking this, and I would love a catalog, and I would love to make food whenever I want. Oh my God, I literally how are you denying that power?
I thought JT would be for it, and then the rest of you guys would be like, eh.
If it was anything he's eaten before, I think he would take it.
You just eat
Yeah,
burrito
of
bowls.
course. Of course I would take that. I mean, that'd be obvious, but like I don't want to be stuck with all the shitty first versions. Like I feel like I'm very when I try a dish, I'm like, oh, that was okay, but I actually like it this way, and then I try it this way, and then I'll try it this way, and then I'll try it from this place, and then I finally land on one, and I'm like, okay, that's the one I like.
But
you've eliminated that process.
And a lot of these firsts you've had as a child, which
Yeah.
sucks because children are a pretty low bar. So I feel like, parents give you microwavable chicken nuggets.
Yeah.
That's the rest of your chicken nuggets for life.
That is the rest of your chicken nuggets. But I didn't have wings when I was a child. I'm sure my first wings were a decent buffalo. I didn't have bone-in wings when I was a child.
Yeah, but when you were like 12, 14.
That's old enough to be able to order a good.
Maybe you went to like a Buffalo Wild Wings. You don't want those wings every day.
I'd be fine. I'm not eating those every day anyway, but I'd be fine with it. I'd be completely fine with
I
that.
think that was pretty good.
If that's my roll of chicken wings, I'd be completely fine with that. Also,
That's true.
I'm not eating them every day. Why I don't have to eat them every day?
That's true.
I'm worried about pasta a little bit because I'm sure when I was a child I got like chopped up pasta, and now I just have chopped up
Oh, you
pasta.
definitely got like fucking olive oil pasta, like
Yeah.
just fucking
Or pasta-
garlic and butter pasta.
Garlic and butter
Fuck.
pasta for sure. For
Oh
sure.
God, I used to love that. That's gonna.
He's flipping. You're He's flipping.
I can't eat. I can only eat garlic and butter pasta. That's bad.
Well, you probably didn't have garlic and butter raviolis. You probably had a different ravioli.
Probably Chef
Fucking
Boyardee.
ravioli.
There's no way it's not Chef Boyardee for
had
the
Chef-
ravioli.
Oh man.
I don't know. I don't wanna.
No, this sounds good, and then you realize how much it sucks.
Yeah.
I think I'm taking it. I think.
Because eating a new food or eating a food that you've already eaten, but it's the better version of it, is one of life's greatest pleasures.
So here's he's right. So here's a question. I had a burger. It has onions, tomato, yada yada on it. Can I not eat pasta sauce now? Can I not eat a blooming onion now?
No, it's the dish. It's not the ingredients.
So like the first time I had a blooming onion, I could just pop out blooming onions.
Yeah.
I think you guys are underselling a little bit the leeway this has. I'm taking the deal. Deal, Colin. What are you doing?
Your first bloomin' onion was certainly Outback Steakhouse, right?
Which is no, probably Texas Roadhouse,
Oh,
and I'm fine with that.
bloomin' onion solid. What's the sauce they give with that?
Southwest Ranch.
Oh,
I think it's like a. There's a
bloomin' onion sauce?
horseradishy a little bit, but it is that color.
It's definitely Southwest Ranch.
Wait, are you talking about Texas Roadhouse or Outback?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just talking about the one I had. I
don't think I've ever been to Texas Roadhouse.
You never been to Texas
At
Roadhouse?
Texas Roadhouse, it's more of a ranch. At Outback, it's like a
I don't think I've ever
horsey sauce.
horsey sauce.
sauce.
I don't think I've ever been to Outback.
Really? They're all Australian,
That's cool.
or they're actors who have a good Australian accent.
Oh, you're saying that? Oh no, there's no way they're all Australian.
what? My waiters and waitresses have not been on.
Every time I've
He
gone
just
to,
makes things up.
I
He
swear.
really does.
Wait, are you serious? Every time I've gone to Outback, they've had Australian accents. Are they fucking with me?
How many times have you gone to Outback?
And how old
Honestly,
were you?
only like 5.
How old were you? And were you 5?
No. It was a long time ago.
Was it for like a birthday party?
No. There used to be one in the mall by us, and we would just go when we were kids because it's like you go to Chili's. That's where kids eat.
Okay.
And the ones in New York, they're all Australian too.
And now, can you? So
I've only ever had Australian waiters and waitresses.
I'm little Danny. I'm reading the menu.
Yes.
You're the waitress.
Yes.
All right. And so they would. I'm ready to order.
Yeah,
And
they
would go.
They'd say, "Oh, welcome to Outback." No, that's not right. That's not right.
That was Southern.
No. They say, "Oh, are you ready to order, mate?" I recommend the bloomin' onion. That's what they say.
That was pretty good.
That's
That
what they
was
say.
good. Okay. Does it have horsey sauce?
Yeah, of course. I don't know how to say
The
that.
fuck was that?
Loses the accent sometimes.
Well, so did they. No, I'm pretty sure they are. Can you type in, do you have to be Australian?
There
to
is
work at
no way.
Well, type in, why does my Outback server
Australian.
have an Australian accent?
Well, no, that
Type that
makes
in.
sense because
No,
it's
well,
Outback.
type that in.
You,
Maybe.
Jason,
I mean,
you don't have
look,
to type this in. It doesn't even
all
make
right,
any
No,
sense.
type it in, Jason. Type it in, Jason.
First of all, Jason, do his job. Type it in. Secondly, I'm gonna be with Danny here. Look, if you're a manager here and you have 2 applicants and one's Australian, they're gonna go with the Australian,
For
right?
sure.
Okay,
It
that-
enhances the experience.
That's right. Now, but do you have to? You're not required. No, you don't have to be Australian to work.
Wait,
at
hold on.
Outback.
Wait.
It's the
Whoa,
first search.
whoa.
None of the 4 are Australian.
Wait. These are the what? No. What
It
the
didn't
hell?
even originate in Australia.
I think more of an accent.
Founded by Americans. Man, this is all bullshit, huh?
Yeah, it's a bit bullshit.
A little bit bullshitty.
does not feature genuine Australian accents in its commercials. It doesn't even do it in its
Oh,
commercials.
the voiceover is often a stylized, exaggerated version.
Oh my God, Danny.
Danny,
Now I don't even know if you heard an Australian accent.
I will say, depending on what part of Australia
not
these
going
people are from, some accents are more Australian than others. But
I was just saying, I was pleasantly surprised when they had an Australian accent. I was like, wow. So they got a better tip for it for sure.
well, I think the tip was your dad slid him $20 and said, "Hey, can you do an Aussie accent for the kid?" Thanks, buddy.
And that made him think that every single Outback and every single employee
Until the age
there,
of 27.
until the age of 27 was Australian. It doesn't even make any sense, really.
It kind
How
of
would you be
makes
able? You
sense.
just need.
It's like
such a
it's
large
like-
population
you
of
ever been to
Australians
that,
to
you ever
work
been to that
there.
German restaurant? I don't think those people are German. I think they're just pretending to have German accents.
That's fine, and I agree. That's completely different than what you said.
Well, no, but I thought it was one of those situations.
You said that
Yes.
all the people that work at Outback have to be Australian.
Well,
That's
yes.
what you said.
And
Or
this was-
have an
this-
Australian accent.
This was him selling the idea of Outback to you, who had never been.
Yes.
Yeah.
He went, "Oh, you never been? You know they all have Australian accents."
Yes.
He said they can't work there unless they're Australian.
I mean, I'm sure there's some exceptions. It's just how, like, not every Sonic person is on roller skates.
That's
but
true.
A lot of them are.
That's a good point.
I thought you were about to make fun of Chaz. For a sec, but now I did. God damn it.
Most of them are.
At the drive-in part, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's what it's a Sonic drive-in.
Is that a good point? I don't. I don't know. Is that,
I'm just saying,
Is that
not everybody's on roller
this.
skates. I've had people walk over with the food. I don't like that.
I feel like that's my point.
I don't know if it's a good point or a bad point, but I'll say this: it's a hard point to counter.
It's my point.
It's really hard.
He's making my point.
I'm saying,
I don't
I'm
know.
saying maybe you're right. Some of them they hire some American workers. I guess I don't know.
Wait, but that's it. That's
For
where it should end.
inclusion
How are you
purposes.
keep going? That's it. Yes.
But there are some people who have or fake Australian accents whilst working. Again, maybe they're an actor. Maybe they're doing a character study.
I think if I went to Outback and the person had an Australian accent, I think I would tip them more. This is starting
If
to
you
be.
work at Outback, pretend to be Australian. That's what I'm saying.
I think that's the
I agree. I think
lesson
they should.
here.
I'd be upset if someone walked over and they just, hey, what's up? I'd be upset by that.
Me too.
I agree with that.
Which is setting the expectation that we think that they should have an Australian accent.
Why'd you wee us in there? I just really stop weeing.
All right. Well,
we're getting the wrap.
We're getting the wrap up.
We're
We're
getting
getting the
the
wrap
wrap.
up.
It's bad.
Let's get a blooming onion in here, stat.
It's bad. JT, tell them where to find you, please. We gotta leave.
You can find me on Instagram at the JBalls. Danny, where can they find you?
thinking
He's
about-
getting
he's
something
thinking-
ready.
I'm not gonna get
He's
anything
doing it.
ready. I'm not gonna.
Everyone's expecting it. Come
I'm
on.
not. Okay, well. You can find me at Danny is watching and in the Great Barrier Reef. I'm gonna bring it back to life.
You can find me at Aunt Prisco.
Don't forget to follow the Picky Boys on Instagram, the Picky Boys on TikTok, the Picky
my
Boys on Twitch, and you can't forget to follow our gaming channel